making it.
Okay.
Reading a book or something like that. And so I'll play through that and show you, and then I'm going to go into sandbox mode and then show you maybe do some whale hunting or something like that. So here we go. So yeah, so obviously placeholder right now. So right now our artist is working on making images, and then as we make the images, we'll make the text match the images better. So I just kind of like quickly wrote what the first, we're calling them cutscenes, not really cutscenes, they're more just like static images and text.
Sorry, slides.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to say something?
I'm trying to get it mapped.
Okay.
Sit there. Yeah.
Yeah, so we will make the text, match the images, and narrate on all that stuff as we go. So here we go. I'll narrate it for you guys as well, since it might be hard to read. Also, the text might get a little bit bigger and better. So right now, our modern way of life is dependent on whale oil. I don't know what that said. Just might be some bugs. So basically everything, the whole economy is based on whale oil. But we're so hungry for oil that our once a month supply of whales, our whale population is dwindling. Oh. That's a new bug. It's the end today. So, anyways, it said something, and now, to avoid falling back into the dark ages, we need to find a new source of energy. It is said that an ancient people named the African have a source of energy beyond anything we know. Unfortunately though, this research, anything related to the African is strictly forbidden by law and taboo. But you have been secretly hired to uncover this ancient energy source in an attempt to save your way of life. So here we go.
Use WASD keys.
That part of the story?
Well, it's running really well.
So here we go. That rune to the right should be the one Thor told us about. Check it out and see if you can find the translation tablet.
Some sort of Rosetta Stone?
I guess we'll find out.
I really like that your starting building looks like a cottage with a balloon on it.
It is a ship. It's a ship. Look, see, like she's like kind of holding a spot right there. Here we go. So, oh crap. It's a good thing they told me that message there so I can pass these blocks.
I like your character's haircut.
It's Winslow. Oh shit.
It's like a flying squirrel.
Like a flying dog?
Yeah, with flying squirrel things. Well, everything is such things for some reason are adapted for this like flying like island environment. So this whole chapter is kind of to teach you the basic movement. We want to next thing time we want to the complicated stuff is yet to come, like how to build ships and craft and stuff like that.
So is this level generated?
There are traps. This is generated and then we put stuff into it because like. Yeah, thanks. It's generated. And then we docked it up a little bit, just to make sure that you can actually make the jumps properly. And then we added the triggers and stuff like that to split the messages.
So you're basically baking this level in because of the tutorial, right?
Yes. Yeah, because as much as I'd love to take a stab at making a purely procedural level that would actually teach you how to make the game, I just don't have the confidence I'll be able to pull it off and actually finish the game at the same time. So. Here we go. Got on that trap there. That trap was procedurally placed.
Did you escape out of the bottom of the temple there?
You can drill. So that's one of the things I gotta fix up for this tutorial right now is that yeah, you can drill through everything. Like so you can drill, you can get stranded, and then the tutorial will break. So we gotta do something to fix that up. And in fact, like it's not so bad because you do have all the tools right now to get out of it everywhere. But it's just like if you don't know how to play the game, it's a little bit harder to do that. So
Drink some potion now.
So.
Do you have any indestructible materials?
There is, but there's a certain area that's like that it will be indestructible. It's part of the whole main quest, and you'll eventually get inside there. I really wanted to avoid making things indestructible as much as possible. I'm kind of reluctant to change the rules of the game for the tutorial because then it'll teach people the wrong rules. So that's where I'm at. It's a bit of a dilemma for me right now on how to actually probably do that.
Is it possible to make it so that so you don't change any rules, but you make it so that they, I don't know, are constantly in danger, so they have to do it without going off path and just all of a sudden decide to dig a hole in the ground? You can put the whole thing in the sky, so if they dig a hole in the ground, they just fall to their death.
Yeah, so and then the thing will start. So it's not so bad. It might be an option.
Or everything's on fire.
Everything's
There's badger dogs everywhere.
Yeah, maybe. But then otherwise, or maybe they'll just like go down there like, oh, this game's too hard, and then quit. But because if it's just like constantly,
Honestly, we played out to it, and nobody was trapped trying to do other stuff.
my girlfriend, like, all she did was like dig down and then explore the jungle. She's like, oh, I like the jungle better. Anyways, I'll continue walking through this area. So it's a lot easier than maybe a lot of the dungeons you'll find later on in the game.
That's terrifying.
I'm noticing the performance got a huge boost.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you probably saw it last time at the.
I saw it at OIGC.
Yeah, definitely since then.
Yeah.
Huge
What type
Not
of
bad.
optimizations
Yeah, how
did
you doing?
Not bad.
A lot of it was rendering stuff.
Yeah, Adam told me, oh, don't worry about it.
Rendering, and then a lot of it was just
I'm
making
like,
sure
okay.
things didn't get
Adam,
stupid. Like,
I'm
things like spawn 1,000
Yeah, I'm
objects
waiting on
and
him, man.
that kind of stuff. So, I mean, we haven't really had to do like much for
playing a different sport
like
than I am.
hardcore micro optimizations at this point. I mean, that stuff I like to save to the end as much as possible because like you might be like, oh, okay, to really handle these problems, you have to actually take a new approach and do a paradigm shift to get actually get the performance you want, and then all the micro optimizations don't really mean anything.
What are you using to do the grass?
Okay, yeah, that might
This is it's their own custom engine. So it's OpenGL and Box2D, modified Box2D to do the physics. Because Box2D, out of the box, doesn't really support like raster shapes very well. So we had to do that, because our game is almost entirely a grid, so we had to kind of extend that there. Well, yeah, there's no music.
So mostly like C++.
Yeah, it's C++. You can jump on the back.
That is a rough character.
Machine gun!
Is he pooping on you?
Eventually we'll have like shooting animations or something.
That's way more terrifying than last time.
I want to jump this back.
Turn his carcass into a ship.
Whatever, okay. Just shoot.
You should hit.
So which version of Lua are you using, and have you modified it, or is it just
Is there a new Lua out yet?
5.1 or 5.2 or Lua?
Probably Lua 4. Like it's been since we started the engine we took that Lua, and I don't know of any reason to change it.
So let's read in Lua and what's
It's almost everything significant is done in C++, and then Lua is more like the configuration and things like that. A bit more on the UI side and kind of the scripting stuff, but
you scripting like the quests and like the I guess the quests?
yeah, like kind of like that stuff's a bit easier to do through Lua, but I mean, everybody in the office is like a really strong C++ programmer, so it makes sense to kind of deal with that strength. And also I find Lua gets really unruly for larger projects. So like C++ is great for large projects, but I mean, if the Lua is going to go beyond a certain size, it just gets crazy. We don't have like proper debugger for it, and so at this point it's not like making sense. Anyways, here's the translation tab, so I'm just gonna pick that up here. And oh shit.
Wow.
So I don't know what's going on here. I do actually, but you guys don't.
This is your new tile changing thing?
That I tweet about. And it was really, it was a lot of fun making this. It's cool.
So there's a whole thing to grade?
So every time dirt touches a room block now, it turns into another dirt block, and then the dirt blocks crumble, so they fall on other room blocks, and it basically changes the entire temperament of dirt.
Now will the top half fall down then?
Yeah, oh, I'm cheating now. I'll show you something. You can kind of see it kind of like just degrade into dirt as you go here. Our updates are, we restrict the updates to what you can see so we can kind of manage the performance a little bit, which is why after I zoom out you can actually still see stuff happening. If you wait there long enough, I won't do it, it will eventually settle into a giant pile of dirt. So I don't know, I definitely enjoyed putting that in this weekend. It was a lot of fun. And it kind of like, it's that kind of thing that can make this game special beyond a lot of other games, because most games have more like a static environment. Yeah.
Well, you have a gun that does that. Something that you shoot that turns into dirt and it just like makes piles of dirt.
I have some ideas for stuff. It's just, I really have to watch
Sorry. Just I want to shoot a whale. I want to turn a whale into a giant pile of dirt so it falls from the sky.
I have some ideas. So chances are a lot of that crazy stuff is going to be related to this ancient technology you're going to learn more and more about as you kind of progress through the story. And I have some, I got some pretty fun things in my head right now for things that can happen at the time. So, whatever. You got the tablet, you got back to your ship. And that's chapter 1. And so, yeah, this is kind of just us trying to wrap up things and just start the sandbox mode so you can kind of see the rest of the game. So right now on this computer, for some reason I'm not on my computer, but on this computer, if I press it down, and then when I lift up it does something. So we'll skip you ahead so you can check it all out. And I mentioned a few things that you can do to kind of experience the game. That's a bug.
Oh, okay. It's not a secret level?
Then you're going for like a 60s Austin Powers.
No, that's our texture we use. If the texture is not like that. Because it's like the ugliest texture I was able to think of. So yeah, starting back in town with a better ship and so on, better armor. So all the towns we're doing are going to be handmade, minus maybe the alleys and so. But yeah, some cool stuff here. Everything in the town basically you're going to make yourself. So I think there's a lot of really cool things you can do here.
It looks a lot better.
I like that they're watching you through the ceiling. Noise up there.
Yeah, grappling hook the people is a side effect of maybe whatever, but you can kind of pick them up. It's not
their box 2D as well.
well, it's because the character physics are fake physics, so they're not like. Because like it's really hard to use real physics and again get good control and so on. So it's fake physics that kind of uses box 2 tomorrow like for places like that. Yeah, this is kind of like the there's going to be 4 main towns in the game. So this is going to be more like the capital. So we got this giant palace here that will have more important people in it eventually. So we got like stained glass windows and crap, and I don't know. It looks a lot of really cool portraits. Somebody had the idea of like having like maybe using portraits as like Kickstarter Wars or something like that at some point. It would be kind of funny. Anyways, I'm gonna go downtown and do some whale mining. I'm gonna just take a
So I guess in C++ you're probably using like C++ 98, like not C++ 2011.
we're using Visual Studio 2010 right now, so yeah, we should have
using
a standard.
move semantics and auto stuff because that could get you some performance in C++.
We are not using the newest version of C++.
I don't think the impact is it's not that. Probably that's not your bottleneck.
But I mean, yeah, well,
It makes the code a lot nicer.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really started utilizing all that new C++ stuff yet, so I can't really properly comment on it, but I don't feel like I would want to overuse the auto pointers and stuff like that, or not auto pointers, but you know what I mean, the auto.
Yeah, auto type.
Yeah, because I love, strong typing's the best thing that C++ has, and I'd almost prefer it to be stronger.
You forgot to close the door.
Well, I mean, they'll stop producing it.
Like enemies come to you if you don't close the door.
So we're just trying to find a whale for you guys. Because everybody loves the whales.
Everyone loves killing whales.
Being shot at.
This ship is slow.
Oh, you just plowed.
He got sucked into the, is he still there?
You totally just murdered him.
No, he's gone. Yeah, so everything, the propellers suck and blow, which is a lot of fun. So that guy just got killed by a propeller. That's all good. I almost wish my ship was faster.
Propeller on fire or something? I see like a little, I was seeing, fire thing.
Oh, that guy isn't dead. He's still there. I'm gonna just kind of take advantage of a bug in the game. His knives shoot through walls right now.
Nice.
There we go. So just ignore that bug.
Feature like in Smash
Can you
Bros.
hang a bunch of people from your craft and fly around with like body stamina from the bottom?
Like, where do I hang people?
Like put a rope on them and attach them up?
The only grappling hook is the only rope right now. I would really love to do harpoon guns, like mounted harpoon guns. It would
I
make the
think you
whales.
attach a rope to him and then to the target, and then they're attached together. Like Gary's mod style.
Yeah, it
And
is.
then you can have like this hanging like drifting arm.
Everyone showed it, the map, how big the map is.
Yeah. Oh, I can show you guys the map. Yeah. So I'm kind of exploring, looking for whales right now. The farther away you get from towns, the more likely you'll find a whale. But yeah, here we go. Every little square on the map is an area. That's the town. That's where I was at. It's simple. There's like a bunch of different layers of atmosphere. That's all poisonous gas there. That's like kind of a cool dry desert with rain showers. A lot of the environmental challenges are they're partly because they're cool, and partly because they like give you reasons to build ships in different ways. Like for example, to survive like the meteor showers or something. Oh, we got
Inside.
Zeppelin balloons, giant Zeppelin balloons are a very efficient way to keep your ship in the air, but if you have meteors coming down all the time, it's a huge target that gets damaged all the time. So it kind of gives you an incentive to make your ship a little bit differently. Because I never want to tell people what to do with making their ship, right? You got to give them goals and then let them kind of figure out and kind of come up with their own solutions. And eventually you'll find a whale.
You have like a whale radar.
Well, one of the things that people, I'm gonna make my ship faster. One of the things that people have been asking for is kind of like a.
Oh! You dropped a whale!
That was an accident. So we have the tilde key. We have a text file on the game. So we kind of have our 4-man console, which is basically a text file.
Your balloon!
1 second.
Montgolfier!
I got a repair tool.
Oh, nice.
Eventually, I'll maybe make this repair tool a little bit less powerful. The repair tool is really important. Sorry, yeah. So we can put Lua commands in the text file, and then we press the tilde key and execute those Lua commands. So it's our poor man's Quake console. It actually works. It works super well. In a lot of ways, I like it better because you can kind of really remember what was there ahead of time, and we don't have to do that whole text box UI and all that stuff. Since we are doing a lot of stuff from scratch, it saves a bit of time. Let's repair this here. Yeah, so when I made that whale corpse there, I guess that was the lingering command that was in the thing. We fixed a bug recently with the whales on this computer.
Yeah, I noticed the dead whale fell.
Yeah, because it's a dead whale. Well, yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, in the conference, the whales were floating, but now they fall.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that.
So if you've seen, there's also sometimes a hiccup when the things ships spawn. So now I'll show you that ship battle.
Whoa.
But I'm not going to shoot, I'm just going to jump on top of it.
Can you like knife his balloon?
Yeah.
I don't really want to. Okay, sure, whatever.
Destroy his stick through his ship.
There we go.
Jump!
Lord,
Oh no!
that's why I didn't really want to.
I love how the numbers go up.
Just need to be a little faster on that grappling hook.
Yeah.
You guys need like a parachute.
It's okay. I can't really fix it.
I didn't mean that like that.
So are we loading areas?
You should put wingsuits in, Evan.
Streaming like the entire.
It's gonna be whatever. I mean, I'd like to make that as fast as possible, but yeah. So I don't know.
So you're going to the gas layer, it's longer.
Is it the gas layer now?
I think it's going to be the gas layer.
Okay, the gas layer is the most dangerous area in the game, and I'm not actually.
Uh-oh.
Okay, from now on, every time there's a loading screen, I should just slam my beer.
Yeah.
And if you guys want me to continue that, you'll have to buy me more beer.
Windforge drinking game.
Every time we see a cloud.
And a drinking game with to do with loading screens would kind of be. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if it's crashed or if it's just. It doesn't usually take that long, does it?
Could you have to do with what just occurred?
Maybe.
Because do you have a cap to the acceleration that an object can have?
What's that?
Is there a cap to the acceleration an object can have?
Yes, there's a max speed.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna just restart things for you guys. So where's the delete key on this?
Control Shift
Yeah,
Escape.
it's supposed to be backspace. It's like
Oh yeah. Okay, wait.
oh, you can probably.
I'm in full screen mode.
Oh, Adam, you're ready. Whoa.
I don't know if that's probably a bad sign. Oh yeah, because you can't even see anything at all right now.
We can imagine it's there.
No big deal.
It's
Really dark and like black.
So yeah, and something's taking damage for sure. Okay, just ignore that for now. Oh,
Yes.
so I'm gonna cheat to show you guys a whale, just to kind of keep things moving along. I'll show you that console thing. So this disappears. It's very unorganized. But yeah, like I can make objects on the cursor, and that's a corpse. It's a corpse ship because all whale corpses are technically in the code inside ships, and that's how you can make them into ships because they already are ships. But I'm gonna make you guys. So that'll do it wherever I put my mouse. I just want to make sure there's no other surprises.
Oh, and I had a squid.
Oh, squid. Squid.
A giant squid just on top of it.
Okay, but I think that's a bad idea.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
I think it's a good idea.
I'm gonna do a whale first. What's up?
Just random whale.
It's like open solution.
Yeah, geez, Evan. Open the project.
Yeah, drink.
Alright, whatever.
I love that loading screen. Placeholder image.
Okay.
You just scoop the whale up.
You have a sky winch now? Alright,
So then all you do is mine it.
Yeah, kill the lady in the
yeah, kill her. First I think there's a bug.
What are you doing?
and he's mining into it, he's super nice.
Hit him with a hammer.
Oh my god! Oh, Jesus!
talk to him?
I'm gonna cheat a little bit for you guys.
Does that always happen?
Okay, now I want to play this game.
Well, it turns out, sorry Karen, I'm eternal.
She's
Drink again.
Alright. I'm gonna fight the whale in the town. I think that'll be funner.
More fun.
Funner.
More funnest.
Okay. Let's get like over here.
Does the town fight the whale, or they're just?
They're just gonna like watch you.
They have no worries against it.
I really want this to be more GTA where you kind of use the townspeople.
Okay, have you seen this wedding?
I didn't realize that That's funny. They see you.
Well inside the
Alright, let's do this. Oh, wait. Well, there we go.
Nice.
Okay, here we go.
Oh jeez.
Usually you would want to fight a whale on a ship.
He doesn't like church.
Where's his horn?
We don't have any narwhals in the game, but it's
It's gonna break right through that.
grapple his hands, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can you get up top?
Shout out to Colossus. Of course. Whales.
Oh yeah?
How does he do damage to you by like?
He rams you. He probably kill me in one hit if he gets me.
He really hates that church.
He likes the church.
Oh, you're trapped!
Don't bail! It's like Jaws.
Oh no, you shot that poor shopkeeper!
Death by whale.
Oh man.
When I played, I used to
How much
love
health
playing
does the
mountain.
whale have?
I don't want. Well, they're whales.
Where's your special gun?
Oh shit.
Is there harpoon?
No. But I would really like. Oh god.
What happens if you're on it?
You can jump on their back. Oh, there we go.
Whoa! Whoa!
So yeah, that might be a little bit weird.
What happened to all of his head? Were you going inside the whale? It's got
Yeah.
bullets inside.
Go inside that whale.
Lampposts.
Harvest that thing.
It's just yeah. I don't put meat blocks with which already blocks because otherwise it's just going a little bit crazy.
Why?
If you cut him apart, well,
Why is the whale disappearing?
No, he doesn't fall apart.
You get oil from this?
Yeah, you can harvest the blubber, and then from the blubber you can make oil.
Can you make alcohol in this game?
No.
You should be able to get drunk off of whales.
And you should get some whale bacon.
Whales.
Not sure. It's up to you guys.
Come on, that's just not realistic.
Why is there a fence in that whale?
Whale bacon. That's the building that was on the top of the tower.
Did its head disappear because it was in the building?
Yeah, because there was already kind of collisions there, and then rather than letting the physics break,
So it just explodes the whale face.
I just put it there. Maybe I should just have
should not be any whales in
just like
town.
Right.
blood, just go everywhere. That's gonna happen.
Obviously.
But yeah. But maybe I can build something out of meat now.
Give this guy a meat hut. Be happier. His mustache.
Prepare a bit.
Come to memory.
Something would happen.
Are you pressing F6 or 6?
Good bug error. Another shader bug. Pete didn't fix all the shader bugs.
Oh, way to go, Pete. Are you here, Pete?
Where's your U color map?
Okay. So.
Oh, it's back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're back. Drawing meat?
His meat
How's
house.
meat?
It's a meat shack.
With a wall of
Man.
meat.
I mean, it's really rigid meat here. One sec. Meat house is a meat house. So, because that bug. Oh shit.
You have to go back.
Because that bug.
Just not tap to it.
No, alt tab doesn't work. That's the joy of making your own engine. Is sometimes things like that happen. Basically a bunch of warnings happen. I gotta make some background meat, I think.
What was the artistic choice to go with the perspective on everything? And like, why to the left opposed to the right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know why we picked left over right.
But you were like, we need perspective so you can see doors.
Yeah, the question is why not?
I see what
So
you're
we need
saying.
perspective, and then that was the perspective that came out of it at the time.
Is right a standard?
I think if you're moving to the right, you can see the surface of doors you're going into.
Yeah. Although
We always move right.
Yes.
Shake 'em. Can you build human meat structures?
A lot of humans.
I can play some meat blocks.
Meat forts. Are you gonna have like building swatches so you can do like a whole bunch of meat building at once?
I actually want to do better things in replacing the background meat or background blocks.
Including meat.
Because I feel like it's a little bit tedious to place this. I kind of want to do something maybe like you press and then a whole
Drag a
and
square.
expand out from there.
Yeah, like
squares.
There is some value in the tedious. It makes you feel like you're accomplishing something when you've got that kind of obsessive mindset.
Like Minecraft?
It's like
Your
Minecraft.
meat walls doesn't bleed.
I don't remember. Let's find out.
What if you try to put up a picture?
I did a picture. Okay, well, let me do something.
Can you change your Lua command in real time?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's because it's Lua, because it doesn't have to compile? Is that the choice why you use Lua?
Reload the file each time.
Right.
All items. So there's a lot of items in the game.
A lot of meat.
So here we go. All the items. I don't remember what the orange
Meat chunks?
Like the power of meat.
The bone would hurt. If you have like bone in the meat, that would really hurt.
How are all these items defined?
So we have a giant spreadsheet. And so every spreadsheet item will go through. I have a C# thing that will kind of take the spreadsheet and then spin up a Lua file, which does stuff with it.
Okay, so it goes directly from Excel into the game.
I'm actually using Google Docs.
That's like chickens eating roasted chicken.
So it doesn't go directly to the game, it goes to the Lua file, which then gets loaded by the game. And then in there I do some stuff as well, like I don't put it directly from the spreadsheet to the game, sometimes I process it. So sometimes if I don't really know what to say, how much something should cost in the store, or something like that, I just kind of say model price, and then it will look at the price of the ingredients, and then at least make sure it's that. So sometimes I procedurally do. At least it ensures that you can't the prices of the ingredients are never like more than the thing you're making and stuff like that. That's certain things I kind of.
Oh, you have a question.
What's up?
I see right here you have your Cloudstone combat knife and your deadly Cloudstone throwing knife. Are you doing like procedural weapons, or is it just like tags that you're associating onto weapons?
It's not quite procedural beyond
Like I think like
some
Borderlands, it has like stats applied.
Yeah,
to
like
it.
I don't have like randomized items. I don't really like the idea of crafting things and then getting a random thing out, even though you can probably argue for that as well. It's just I don't know.
So like are all the weapons, the major weapons, crafted, or would you be like be able to find stuff as well?
You can craft everything except for ancient technology.
Okay.
So that stuff you can't craft.
What makes a knife a vibro knife?
Like this technology, because everyone knows that the knife is vibrating, it'll cut it better, right?
Is that what you
The knife that the grandma had
I hope it was a knife.
Knives are pretty good. I like the better knives are pretty good.
Is that a vibro knife?
Yeah, this is the Cloudstone Vibro knife. Wait,
Wait, did you say cloud?
Cloudstone, yeah, Cloudstone.
Like
Cloudstone.
Yeah, Gladstone Vibro Knife.
Final Fantasy.
Come on.
Big sword.
I don't know what the torch is.
Like reference.
Also, is there encumbrance? Because I
Gunpowder.
think you're pretty encumbered. Right?
Yes, there is, but I also
11 million out of 300.
let's see. Oh yeah, actually I am encumbered. You can see my strength should be jumping and kind of slow moving. There's another sheet for that.
Bullet time.
It's more of a saunter now.
Oh, you guys put encumbering in there?
I wonder. Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, maximum stats.
No, I know, it's...
Just stash all your
The
vibro
game
knives.
designer in me agrees, but the game player in me is like, fuck.
Anyways, there's a shitload of stuff in this game.
11 million.
Look at stack capacity. Over 300.
Well, because I gave you like 99999, like it's an arbitrary number of nines for every item.
You like cotton? You build cotton walls?
So with cotton you can make ropes and cloth and stuff like that.
Can you craft something? I haven't seen the crafting.
Oh, I crafted a meat block at one point.
Meat house.
You can craft triple throw knives by combining 3 knives.
That is way better. So is there like a workbench or how do you put things
Yeah, there's a number of different crafting tools. So now there's so many items I can't find anything more. This column over right there is supposed to be for filters. So you'd be like, okay, I want to get all the knives or all the weapons and all the crafting tools and so on. So it'll eventually get a little bit better. Also, you probably won't ever have this many items. And if you do, take a screenshot.
In this case, several screenshots.
Yeah.
You did a text filter too.
I should have like a search function or something like that on all the items.
Text filter is a good idea.
How do you guys add
It
a
doesn't
new
have the
item?
substring, it just doesn't show.
Why do you guys have it in groups or something?
Groups. Yeah, so we have
That would make a lot more sense.
That's what we're planning
What-
to do.
Oh, okay.
What goes into
Okay, cool.
creating a new item? Like if you're like, do you have a telescope? So if I was like, Evan, add a telescope, like, what are the steps for you?
One thing I was thinking of doing was making certain items have different, like a zoom level. And so if you wanted a telescope, maybe I'd be like, okay, yeah, you click it, it'll increase the zoom level, whatever. It's just like, I gotta really watch how many new mechanics I add to the game right now because it's kind of crazy. So that would be kind of something I would look at it.
No, I'm just curious, like, what the process for you adding items is. Like, you're like, I want this, I want X. It's crafted with like Y, Z, A, B, C.
So yeah, like oh yeah, well I mean, so
He's gonna give you a long answer. The short answer is we don't have time anymore for your telescope.
No, but I mean, like, for you guys, like, when
I want to add a new item to the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So if it's already an existing item type, it's just another spreadsheet I enter it. So I just like duplicate a row, maybe copy a similar item, change to something that needs a copy. It does some stuff where it can, like I put a star, it'll just copy the value from underneath, or if I have another column where it can just kind of like inherit the values from another thing. It's pretty ad hoc. It's just like as I go and things get tedious, I'll just be like, that's tedious, so maybe I'll just copy all the values automatically from here, so I don't have to like change 30 items that are in multiple spots and stuff like that.
It's like inheritance.
It is. It's just like a little bit less formal because this is me kind of throwing in some code.
But if you create an item like that, right, would you not also,
Sorry, what's that?
if you create an item that's not like a subset or subgroup of an existing item,
Yeah.
like for example, telescope, right?
Yeah.
And it's a unique item, would you also not be creating functional purposes for it in the game?
So yeah, they're like, well, you know, like I've designed one to be like, do we really need a telescope in the game or something like that?
No, but like when you added
But
throwing a telescope is arbitrary.
Something I might do is like, so say if I wanted to make it so different items have different seam lengths or different zoom levels, maybe I'll just make the telescope another type of knife, and it'll increase your zoom level, and you start hitting people with your telescope or something. Like, I could use like existing items to kind of get it in there if it makes sense. I probably wouldn't do the hitting with the telescope thing.
The telescope is fine as long
But
as
like
you can hit people.
maybe I'd add a sniper rifle. Because a sniper rifle would actually make a lot more sense, and then you get the functionality of a telescope without actually adding on thing. It's kind of expensive for us right now to add new animations, so like it would be really awesome if I had like a telescope animation every time you did it.
Upon release, I know you've been talking a lot about not wanting to increase like features you want to get the game done with. After you guys release it, would you look into maybe allowing for player-driven content to come in?
I'm definitely interested in the idea of modding and stuff like that. Certain things would be easy for modders to do, like that spreadsheet stuff is stupidly easy for modders to do. In fact, you can definitely do a lot of that stuff just by working with Lua, so you don't need to have that separate tool. It's just a lot easier to read the spreadsheet than it is to read so yeah, that would be easy. Certain things, everything that's in C++ would be harder for us to do. Yeah.
Also, I noticed that there's no rotation.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
So that means if an object, let's say this side of my ship is made entirely of metal, and this side of my ship is made entirely of meat.
Yeah.
There is no rotation of my ship
So
going
none of the block physics can rotate.
Okay.
I mean, that's partly by design, partly because of the technology, and partly because the art is like this fixed perspective thing. It looks really weird to rotate that kind of big perspective stuff.
Yeah.
So we'd have to basically, if we wanted that, we'd have to go to 3D or make it entirely head-on 2D, like say Terraria or something like that. That's the only way we'll make it happen.
Did you make it like Fez?
What's that?
Like Fez?
Like Fez. Easy. Just add another dimension there and no big deal. But it would be complicated to make a flyable ship and have that kind of crazy physics going on. It would be, if we did that, the entire game would be able to make the ships. Which isn't a bad thing, that would actually probably be a really fun game. But like, that would be the entire game, it would just be like getting a flyable ship and then doing stuff. The moment something breaks, it'll probably get unstable and crash.
Yeah. The only reason I ask is because I was thinking about that thing you wrote for turning one block that connects to another from dirt to dirt to dirt.
Yeah.
Is that code open enough that you can just change what it's changing? So it's like, if I have meat, I can turn it to metal. So if I shot a whale with some sort of thing.
Currently no,
okay.
But it'd be very easy to script that.
Okay.
It'd be very easy to configure, like, if this block is touching another block, then do more than turn it to another block. That would be very easy to script because it's the same code. It's just not hard coded what the types are anymore.
Okay, cool.
So that's easy. Different blocks. Actually, like through the spreadsheet, you can decide what blocks are crumble and what blocks won't. But you'll just have to decide. It's getting kind of nitpicky. It might not work as good as you want. Yeah.
When do you plan on adding multiplayer?
Okay, to give you,
Don't answer that.
just to actually, because most of the demo is done, so our current production schedule is so we're submitting this game this weekend to the IGF.
Nice.
This is our next milestone, but the IGF allows for updates. We're looking into, we're really in closing mode right now. We moved a lot more resources in that project to conclude the game as soon as possible. We hope to be able to release a beta version at the beginning of December, and then we give ourselves about 3 to 4 months to complete the game, ready for GDC this year. So that's our next target. It's extremely aggressive, but we're moving really quickly towards those objectives. So you will see a lot of progressions from one. For a long time, Evan was alone on that project. Now
a lot of times, the only time I was working on was at home while I was working on other projects.
So now he has a lot of team members now to help him. So we're hoping that it's going to help us. As for the multiplayer, we'll probably be looking at a Kickstarter campaign, not a high ones, but we're gonna have stretch goal that will have
I can imagine that being
multiplayer. But the risk about like stretch goal, we can't promise people like a stretch goal that 50K that has multiplayer. It's gonna cost us like 150K to do it. So we will have to be very careful about what we're promising with our stretch goal. But one thing that was possible and would be cool is allow people to create their own shape and have close arena battle with your ship. So you're building your ship, and then you can register to this multiplayer module. You're locked into an area, and you can battle people with your ship and have like a little battle.
Spectate and bet on it even.
I want to bet on spaceship battles. Sky
ships against like 7 whales or something.
So it's a little bit simpler, and it may be something that we could add. But having like a full open world multiplayer, we won't do an MMO for that for sure.
That said, I mean, if it was like an imaginary world when I had limited time and money, I would do it in a second. And it's probably the most requested feature online is multiplayer. So if the game would suit multiplayer well, we just don't have the time to do it at this point.
Would it be like next to impossible to add it to like streaming levels, like where you can explore without having a loading screen pop up?
Yeah, like I think
because that seemed kind of like if you're falling and you're loading.
Streaming levels are definitely possible. It's just
They would just need to have like
there's a tiny bit of the design that's kind of like based on screens. Like right now, if you destroy if you could just destroy the entire town, leave it and it'll come back. So you don't. That's part of how I'm going to like actually make the story work and not break the time. Like you saw how the whale got there and then destroyed like half all the buildings and stuff like that. Like you can if you leave the town and come back and back to the whale. Part of like a lot of my favorite moments that I've seen when people play the game are like when are just like epic destruction moments. Like you have your ship and a whale like plows through the entire thing and then you jump off and you kind of just like scratch by and kill the whale and so on. And like they were like really epic battles, but then if it was kind of like a more traditional game where you just like okay, cool, and you just load, like it would take a lot of the satisfaction of that battle for me. Like I've played a lot of games like Mountain Blade and whatever, like where like you have this crazy battles and you kind of like you're the last one left, you sneak behind a tree and you eventually kill everybody and stuff like that. But then you're like, oh, that was the most amazing thing ever, but now my entire army is dead and I have to work for like 6 more hours to get my army dead. And so I was like, okay, well I'll just like save my save game and delete and kind of come back because I don't want to like lose that progress. And it takes like all the satisfaction of that. So I'm doing everything I can to kind of like preserve those moments. You can always like get your ship back and towns back and buildings back and so on. Yeah.
Has anyone tried throwing red paint on you?
Sorry, what?
Has anyone tried throwing red paint on you?
Red paint, no.
You get what I mean by that?
You had some.
I think so. What?
You had some backlash with the whale stuff.
I think you guys should put in more stuff like that. Like you should put in like ceiling, like enclosed space, sky seals.
With the way the story direction's going, even though you can slaughter whales, it's kind of more indirectly about saving the whales. It's like you're trying to find a new reason for people for a new energy source, and then once that's done, like going to kill whales just for fun.
Whales are a metaphor for oil.
Petroleum, yeah.
Whale oil is a metaphor for oil.
Let's just take a couple more questions because I know we got a few other people that want to show some stuff off.
So what platforms is it going to ship on? Or
PC for now, and then we'll see after that what we'll be on. We can go to Linux and Macs.
Go for it.
Mac more easily. Sorry.
do you guys entertain the idea of permadeath?
I seriously want to do kind of like a roguelike mode.
Yeah.
Just like a hardcore mode where it's just survival, and then you see if you can strand an island, you're like, okay.
I think even just
My
having
only
that
chance
permadeath-
now is to detach a grappling hook to a shog and float down to another area or something.
Like for games like this that are so procedural and so
Permadeath mode
like
would
what
be
you
like-
make out of it.
I would like to do that.
Having
And,
that in there.
and there's a lot of room for creativity in this game, so when you are like surrounded island with nothing, you can still maybe find solutions to stay alive, which is kind of nice. Sorry, you have a question?
Is there controllers?
No. Maybe with no platform support it'll come, but I mean it is fairly well suited for like mouse and keyboard. Buildings like regular combat stuff like that would be perfect for controller. Building would be a little bit more challenging because you have to like float blocks and stuff around. I mean, lots of other building games do it. I think like Terraria probably supports controllers, right?
It's a big planet.
I mean, Minecraft works on touchscreens and so does Terraria, so if they can pull that off, I'm sure we can. Yeah.
Cool. One more question.
Yeah.
Anybody? Eric?
Yeah.
Your turret design for the cities, those are only really effective if your opponents are coming at you from below where your elevated position are. So if you have enemies coming at you from above, you're completely exposed to their attacks, right?
You're right.
You guys are the turret upside down.
Enemies in town though. So.
Yeah,
But,
flip your ship.
Well, we'll see what happens when the quests together and the story gets together. Because fighting towns is the best thing ever. So I'm gonna have to make it happen somehow. But yeah, I don't. You might want to talk to the city planners about that. Maybe it was like they still have like these like castle style. Forget that kind of stuff. You know, it was probably made a long time ago. It's still a really old city.
Okay.
So maybe before even airships were made.
Thank you.
Anyways, this city here is like the capital town. So I don't know if you probably didn't even notice, but like the right side is all rich and the other side is more like a shanty town. Awesome. And it's separated by a bridge. These are actually more to keep the riffraff out. So it's not really about shit.
This is like a lore.
Poor people.
I like it.
It's a class war.
Sweet.
But yeah.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
Even if you want to just tell me that it sucks.
If anyone
What is
votes
this
on
shit?
green light yet, please do it.
Yeah, because like, and even non-constructive feedback is useful.
Wait, even non-constructive feedback is useful?
Sure, I'd be like, that's cool. I mean,
This is garbage, you should kill yourself.
and then I'm like, hey, why is he telling me this?
The only thing
And
I
then
thought was
maybe I'll try to